Dude, the hair's growing out. Wow.
Oh yeah.
We're getting the summer curls going on.
Yep, freshly showered, so looking a little crazy, but
Dude, I love it. What made you want to grow the hair out?
um I think it just made sense. I was just like, why am I buzzing my hair? I don't know. Like, what
Dude,
am
it
I
was sick
doing?
though. Like the color change sometimes. You're
Yeah.
just tired of it.
No, it was definitely fun, but honestly, I'm saying this now, but I'll probably do it again
I was
anyways.
gonna
So
say, is there a chance you'll bring it back?
yeah, honestly, probably.
Dude, you got a birthday coming up too, right?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah, I just saw that. I think we're about the same age. I'm turning 30 this year though, so I think I'm a
Oh,
little bit
nice.
older.
Okay, yeah, I'm turning 29.
Does that scare you at all?
It was for a while, but I mean, on some moments, if I really think about it, like when you ask me that, I'm like, wait, does it scare me? And I'm like, yeah, I guess it kind of does a little
Dude, I
bit.
kind of feel you because I feel like I mean 30 is like a huge scary number they say, right? And I'm not really
Yeah.
scared of it until someone's like, "Oh, you scared to be 30?" And then I'm like, "Well, like should I be?"
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
do you have
But
like a
the thing I'm excited about is I feel like I'm like really settling into myself now, which is really nice. So
Yeah, I think that's what they say too. I think you they say you question yourself less, like you get yourself figured out as you get older.
yeah.
Are there like milestones that you want to hit in your life? Like do you want to hit anything by 30?
Oh wow. By 30, I want my first number one.
Ooh, I
With my
like that. All right.
Yeah, by 30, I want my first number one. And I'm excited because I'm making so much music right now. So
Dude, and I'm gonna talk to you about that in a few minutes because the teases of Love You Like That are killing me right now. Like I need this
yeah,
track.
I know, August 4th.
Hell yeah. I first want to talk about Steal the Show a little bit off
Yeah,
that new movie Elemental, because this is so interesting to me. I've never really gotten like a behind the scenes look at the difference between writing a song and when you're writing a song for a movie. Because I think what's really cool
yeah,
about Steal the Show is, you know, sometimes you hear a song that's on a soundtrack and it sometimes loses a bit of the artist. But this one
yeah.
right here is like cool for the soundtrack, but it's also so Lauv at the same time. Like, how does this process work?
Yeah, I mean, it was super cool. I mean, the song itself was like actually really, I would say, like surprisingly effortless to write, like given how nervous I was for the opportunity.
Mhm.
Um, yeah, I mean, basically they called me, it was I would probably say like last summer or last fall or something. And they're like, we want you to make a song for our film. And I don't even remember if it was actually formally being called Elemental yet. Like there was like a code name for it at the time or something.
Right.
And
It's like Pixar. They're like super top secret.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, I got to go in and see like an early storyboard of the film, and speak to the director and like the team, and just get some backstory behind the inspiration for the film. And really, it was just like I went in with Thomas Newman, the composer, and who scored the whole movie and also co-produced the song with me. Um, and it was just like really cool. He just gave me like a few sounds that he was kind of using throughout the film, and I was like nervous. Me was like, okay, like can I have the room for a second? And then I just freestyled all the melodies and the piano chords, and some of the lyrics kind of happened in that moment too. um and then yeah, then went back and kept just tweaking the song and finished the lyrics with another friend of mine, Michael Matosic, and it was a really fun process.
Was this the first time you've ever done like a movie soundtrack?
It's the first time I've written something that was like not all like written something for a movie. Like I've had stuff in shows and movies in the past, but it was like stuff I was already making.
Yeah. Does it like I don't know, when you walk out of there, do you come out with like a different kind of confidence? Because I can imagine doing that for the first time, especially a Pixar film. You're probably like, yo,
Yeah.
this is like kind of nerve-wracking.
Yeah, you know what? I will say, like, I think maybe a little bit. I think for so long I like just didn't know how to process it. And I still kind of feel that way. But like, um, yeah, I think it was a lot of stuff in my life has been happening to just kind of like make me see like how, yeah, honestly, just how blessed I am, and I feel really thankful. And yeah, it's just crazy. The whole thing is really crazy.
So I want to talk to you about the new song, Love You Like That. Cause like, I think that's one of my favorite things about your music is like, it's so like you can drive with the windows down, but it's also like you kind of want to rage and dance around.
Yeah,
You know what I
yeah,
mean?
yeah,
So
yeah.
walk me through where Love You Like That came from, because I'm pumped for it.
Yeah. So it's really interesting because that song was like, you know, really started as like an expression of love obviously. And it kind of turned into something, you know, I don't want to say like bigger, but like just like it turned into something like more like than just that for me, where as I was kind of tweaking the songs, I've been teasing little bits of it for a while.
Yeah.
At one point it was Love It Like That, and the lyrics were a little different, and then kept tweaking it because I just felt some magic in the song, and I wanted to like really I feel like I've been going through a bit of an evolution, you know, like of just kind of really accepting myself and being comfortable with who I feel that I am. And so the song kind of started to evolve into this thing about like, you know, when you fall in love and you start to be with somebody and like fall in love with yourself, you start to discover things about yourself and judge yourself less. Um and it's kind of like, yeah, it's like I love myself like that now. And also um yeah.
Does that happen sometimes? Like you'll start writing a song and then it just develops this whole new meaning?
You know, this is really the first time it's been like this for me, where it's been like kind of really evolved over time. I think I just knew there was something I didn't want to give up on about the song. Like it just, the whole process, everything behind it really meant a lot to me and continues to mean a lot to me. And I was just like, my brain was kind of being like, I feel like that lyric could be something different. I feel like it's not what it is. It's not what it is. And yeah, so it's been, I'm so excited for it to be out. Like I can't wait to start performing that song and yeah, everything.
Yeah, I mean, you've been teasing it on TikTok for a while. Do you take in like the responses from TikTok? Like if you're writing a song and someone says something, like, are you reading a comment and you're like, oh, like maybe I should tweak that a little bit? Like, does that get to you?
I definitely, but when I really when I like really feel strongly about what I'm doing, like for my own personal reasons, then I don't really question it as much. But I can tell if someone makes a comment and I feel like, oh, like that kind of hits me weird, then I'm like, sometimes I'm like, okay, well, maybe that does mean that like I don't feel as good about it as I thought.
Yeah. I mean, it almost feels like we're writing the song with you when you get to tease it on TikTok. You know what I mean? Because I'm like, oh, like another verse is out now.
I want to do more of that. I mean, like, I also love, I've been making so many beats lately. Like, I kind of took a step back from producing for a while, but now I'm way back in it again. And I kind of want to just go on live and just make beats and stuff.
That stuff interests me so much because I feel like that's the talent is just kind of sitting there and just being like, oh, this is the process behind the scenes. And sometimes it takes a few hours. Like, that's so cool to see. How do you know when a song, like, what about a song crosses that level and like when it really means something to you? Like, what about a song will cross that threshold to mean something more?
I feel that's such a good question. I feel like it's like the combination of it, because it can't just be fun or it can't just be true. It's got to be fun and true for me, like personally. Like it's got to both tell a story that I feel like has some vulnerability to it. But it can't just do that. I won't be satisfied if it just does that, but it doesn't feel fun. So yeah, I basically just have to check those boxes. And once I like am in the room and I'm playing it for people and I feel confident in those two feelings, then I'm like, okay, cool. The song that's probably going to come out.
Yeah, like that energy and the emotion at the same time.
Yeah.
When you come out, when that song does come out and then you get to see the audience response, like, does it sometimes grow on you because of the response it gets? Or like, how do you determine a song's success after you've released it?
Ooh, I mean, part of me was like numbers. Now I'm like,
yeah, I know. I bet though, to some level.
Yeah, I mean, to some level. I mean, but I think really, as cheesy as it sounds, like I know when I put a song out or if I want to keep listening to it or whatever, that like, it really means something to me. And I feel like that's enough of a success because I know that if one song isn't going to be the song for other people, like another one will be. So yeah.
I mean, you've touched on this a little bit. Like, I know vulnerability is like something you're always so outspoken about. And like you said, that it matters so much when you're writing music. Where's the line? Like, do you have a line of like, oh, this is something I'm down to write about, but this might be too personal, or is it all on the table?
I feel like what I've come to learn is I used to feel like it was my responsibility and my job to be vulnerable in a way that was actually like hurting me on the inside. And now I feel like if I'm doing my life correctly, I become increasingly more comfortable with being vulnerable about more topics.
Interesting.
So I feel like I just share things when I know I'm stretching myself, but I'm not uncomfortable fully, where I'm not like, yo, feels like I'm violating my own boundaries.
Right.
It's like, okay, this feels like it's a stretch for me and I'm a little scared, but it's still like is a direction I want to go.
When you are writing about that kind of stuff, is the vulnerability healing in some way, or is it literally just a straight up look at where you're at?
No, it's super healing because sometimes I feel like it's the stuff is so caught up in my subconscious that I don't even totally understand what I'm feeling. And then that's why I've been so addicted to the studio lately. One, because I'm sober now. And two, because uh I find that like it really does help me process what I'm feeling. So I kind of can like discover what it truly is.
Yeah, you mean just to kind of switch a little bit? I saw your Instagram post about that, how you just
Yeah.
decided that you wanted to be sober, and I thought it was so interesting that like alcohol has become like so ingrained in like
Yeah.
pop culture now that like it is newsworthy sometimes to see that someone just decided not to drink anymore. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like,
Yeah.
does it feel
Yeah.
weird thinking about it like that?
Yeah. I mean, it feels, I mean, I honestly, I just feel proud of myself because I really like for a long time was, I don't want to say like struggling because I'm not like looking for like people to feel bad for me in any type of way, but like I think I was just hurting myself with it, like, and so I feel proud that I took that step. And I think I never want to like at all push anything on anyone, but I do want to like put out my truth. So if anyone relates to it, also that like they can see themselves in it too.
I think that's what I thought was so cool about that. A buddy of mine just decided to go sober too, like 2 months ago. And
Yeah.
I mean, kind of similarly, he didn't have any huge alcohol problems or anything. He just thought his
Yeah.
life was better without it. And like that enough was enough to change it. So I think it's cool
Yeah.
that sometimes you're just like, nah, I wanted to do this.
Yeah. Yeah. And
Yeah,
so far so good. So
I believe it, man. So what do you got still coming up aside from the new song? Do we get a tour coming out? Like what else can you tell us?
yeah. Well, I have some tour dates announced. I mean, unfortunately, for the US, none of them are in the US right now.
Yeah, we'll
But
get there.
yeah, definitely gonna get there. I mean, really what I want people to know is like I am so deep into this album process and it's so exciting to me, the most exciting album process ever for me. And I just want people to be ready for the new music because I think it's gonna be really, really special. So I'm excited.
Dude, I
Yeah.
believe it. It always is from you. Well, I appreciate you taking the time to sit with me for a few minutes and looking forward to the new music, dude.
Sweet. Thank you so much.
All right, man. Have a good one.
You too.
Appreciate you.